to rush your quarterback.
26th against the run in the NFL are the Atlanta Falcons, even though they have set a franchise sack record today on the other side. Pressure coming. He can do that, and Shuck will take off and run. Tyler Shuck, he slides inside the 25 of Atlanta. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth.
Well, they get caught up. They're trying to slide the guard across the formation, and watch Tyler Shuck. Both hands on the ball, movement up and away from the pass rush. I think it was Ebikebi, and then bam, taking off down the sideline.
Evan Hull with the carry. That was a 29-yard run. Tyler Shuck has had a 34-yard run this year, and he won the game, remember, against the Buccaneers in the mud, in the rain in Tampa Bay. He had a key run and said, whatever I have to do, I'm not going to major in running. That's not what a quarterback does first, but I will do it when I have to.
Well, he certainly has all that about him, man. He is athletic. I think more athletic than you think. He's big and he is tough. And, man, he has been so smart with the football in his hands.
Tyler Shuck for the sideline for the end zone, just off the fingertips of Ronnie Bell. C.J. Henderson on the coverage.
Call this sluggo off the outside, right? Little slant and go. And we talked about that, just over the outstretched fingertips. Right there, just barely on Ronnie Bell, but that is lack of time on task with these receivers who they've just picked up.
Mark Schlereth, Chris Myers facing a 3rd and 7, down 6. NFC South Division title on the line. A Saints winner tie, and the Bucs go in. If the Falcons win this game, the Panthers win the NFC South and get the 4 seed. Tyler Shuck, and it's intercepted. The Falcon takeaway, D. Alford on his way. Eventually slowed down by Austin Estime. But a game-changing play from the Atlanta defense.
Well, what I say earlier about the double slants, you got to get off of it. They're reading it right now. They have seen it. Time to let go. And D. Alford has seen it too many times. He jumps the outside. Watch, double slants. He reads it. He sets, and then he just takes off on the outside slant. Watch it. Bam, put your foot in the ground. Go eat that thing up and take it off down the sideline. That is one smart play. But really, you look at the New Orleans Saints, they've run that so many times that you know it's coming, you sit on it, and you go get it.
Well, what was unfortunate is the Saints, what they thought could be a go-ahead touchdown drive, and the Panther fans in Charlotte, the watch party, tuning in here, and the NFL on Fox loved every minute of that. Because a Falcon win puts the Panthers, and what a story that would be if they get the division and go to the playoffs. Tyler Algier will carry. On that drive, the 55 yards were all by way of run. The Saints, they had no passing yards, and then the interception. Again, those of you who are tuning in, we've been repeating this, but through various tiebreakers, a win or tie by the Saints, the Bucs get the division. And if Atlanta wins, Carolina will be the NFC South winner and the 4 seed. They played yesterday. The Bucs won. The tie-breaking difference is Carolina would be a 3-way divisional record tiebreaker. The Bucs, if they were to get in, it would be through common opponents next in line. And as Kate Otten, the veteran tight end of the Bucs, said, as we look at Tyler Shuck frustrated over there by the Atlanta defense, I didn't know. It's weird to be a Saints fan. Who dat? And of course, the Panthers rooting for Atlanta. Algier again. He's never fumbled in his NFL career. Over 1,100 touches and a timeout used by the Saints. The block punt by the Falcons set up a short score. Kirk Cousins to Drake London. Tyler Shuck kept it himself. There have been field goal tries. And then this, down 6, moving for what could have been a go-ahead score. A big defensive play. We had an early interception by Granderson of the Saints and a fumble lost by Jawan Johnson of the Saints. But that's where we stand with time running out. But John Robinson, Mark, has been kept in check amazingly.
Yeah, they've done a great job as a defense, and now you're asking this defense to stand up one more time to make one big play and to shut this offense down.
And if you're Atlanta, even a field goal makes it a two-possession game, as Algier will not get the first down, and the clock runs until another timeout is called. The Saints will have one more. We'll have that 2-minute warning as well. And New Orleans actually out now of timeouts, calling one a moment ago. Our doubleheader continuing with America's Game of the Week. Bears headed to the playoffs, as are the Patriots and the Rams. Check for the game in your area. The entire playoff picture. Seattle nails down the top seed. A Ram win will get them the 5th seed. And of course, we're still trying to decide who wins the South. Right now, it's looking good for Atlanta and for the Panthers. Field goal try from 38 yards away. Gonzalez has hit from 40, 51, and 38. This is big because if he makes it, it's a two-possession game. Remember, the Falcons have had 3 blocked field goals this year, but they had various kickers throughout the year. No problem here. A 19-10 advantage. And Tyler Shuck without timeouts, without Chris Olave and Alvin Kamara and some of the star offensive talent, he's going to have to try and rally his team in more ways than one. And he's been good in the fourth quarter, just as the Saints defense has been good. Mark Schlereth, Chris Myers. The bigger picture of this is how the Bucs fans and team and players, same with Panthers, are watching this, waiting to see if they get into the playoffs and win the division.
Yeah, it's amazing what's going on right now. And for Shuck, it's going to have to be put a drive together, even if it's a long field goal, onside kick, see if you can get 2 scores here. That's what's got to go on with New Orleans right now.
Yeah, remember, the Saints came into this with a 4-game win streak. They were undefeated through December. Atlanta, a 3-game win streak. And it's a very defensive, error-prone game. Missed field goal from long range has kind of cost New Orleans to have, had that gone in, an opportunity to at least get ahead with that one possession. But we've seen some great individual defensive performances on both sides.
This is the best I've ever seen Chase Young play. And I've watched a lot of Chase Young games, and this defensive front for New Orleans has been great, but you got to give the Atlanta Falcons credit. They have fought through that. They have been able to continue to put drives together and make some big plays down the stretch from their quarterback.
They didn't let Tyler Shuck. He had a big run and a run for the touchdown, but they didn't let him rally the team when he got close. Steve Alford with the big interception that set up that field goal a moment ago. Take a look at, and again, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate around the NFL. Shuck has done so well since taking over as a starter.
Yeah, and that's D. Alford just knowing what was coming his way based on formation. That's a guy that studied, and then he's seen it over the course of this second half. They have gone to that double slant play at least 5 or 6 times, and that time he said, "You ain't getting me again." Put his foot in the ground, broke on the outside slant, and the rest is history. Set his team up for an opportunity to win this game.
D. Alford in a secondary where Xavier Watts had that big fumble recovery earlier, the rookie for the Falcons on defense. Need scores and need them quick. Incomplete for Jawan Johnson. Coming into today, the division standings 8-9. One of those teams will win the division. The 3-way tie for the top spot. So if Atlanta hangs on, they would be 8-9, and obviously that would increase them in the division to 3-3. But it's more about the tiebreaker with Carolina. Head-to-head opportunity within the division. Shuck trying to get out of bounds and save time without any timeouts, except the 2-minute warning. Now they could go quick here to get a field goal and then try the onside kick if they get into range.
That's exactly what I was saying is you can get a long field goal here right off the bat, get yourself points, and then see if you can get that onside kick. And we've seen several of them. We had that, what was it, a Saturday night game between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, where that onside kick, the Bears got it, and the rest is history. They went on to win that game.
3rd down 6. Pressure coming. Pass complete, but is he going to get the first down? No. Audric Estime knocked down by D. Alford is everywhere. 4th down. To decide possibly the NFC South. Can he get the yard?
I don't know. I don't think he got there. Oh, there he is.
Actually got it.
Yes.
I didn't hear the whistle. Wow.
Man, I think they had him initially stopped. It was that second surge.
Counting down to the 2-minute warning. Remember, no timeouts, New Orleans. Trailing by 9. I think Raheem Morris was thinking he was stopped. We've now reached the 2-minute warning, but here's a look at Estime, leaving the Saints hopeful and Buck fans hanging by a thread here. Two minutes remaining in Atlanta. D. Alford with the interception when Tyler Shuck and the Saints were moving in for a possible score. Falcons trying to win their 4th straight game. And even though they won't go to the playoffs, right? This is the 8th straight year of missing the postseason. They're going to have a hand, have a say in who wins the NFC South division.
This game's been amazing. Ain't nothing but a good time in this game right now. They are getting it together.
And a great rivalry. There was no call on that last run that the play had been stopped. And of course, that's not reviewable, so good enough for the first down with Tyler Shuck having to throw.
Oh, my goodness.
And the connection made. Dante Pettis inside the 30. Now you can snap it and kick and then try an onside kick, or you can try and take a shot at the end zone. Clock running here, under 140. Tyler Shuck goes underneath to Pettis again. He's going to get to the 15-yard line. And another first down, but the clock is the issue.
Look at this throw. I mean, you want to talk about layered on the run. That is perfect right in that honey hole.
Shuck for the end zone. In the corner. One-handed. That's a touchdown, Ronnie Bell. Wow. Amazing catch.
Amazing throw. How about those two throws?
Silence here in Atlanta.
My goodness gracious. He had the one on the sideline to Pettis, layered throw, and then this one. I mean, you couldn't run this down and put it in the breadbasket. As you see, the hand being held of Bell by C.J. Henderson.
That was really, I said one arm, one hand. Amazing on the toss and catch. And for the extra point. It's good. And now it's a one-score game and a winnable game if the Saints get a field goal. First, they got to get the ball back.
Well, they had two close incompletions to Bell. Just time on task, but this time these two are connected. He just kind of slow plays it off and then explodes when he stacks the DB, Henderson, and that is a beautifully thrown ball.
Buccaneer, this is a watch party in Tampa, and it's a let's get it done party for the Saints. The entire country tuning in to see who wins this game and who wins the NFC South. Back to the 26-year-old rookie, Tyler Shuck, who was 3 for 3 on those last few plays, including the touchdown. He's got 3 game-winning drives in the last 4 games. And we've seen, and even when he's fallen short, in that game against Miami where he rallied his team, only to end up losing in the waning moments. There's just something there no matter who he's got at receiver or running back.
You know, I said it over a month ago. This kid is the best quarterback drafted this season. And I'm telling you, he has been fantastic.
All right, well, I would vote for him Rookie of the Year even if you wouldn't. Onside kick.
I might change
Saints?
my mind.
Okay.
You never know.
All right, hopefully this game will.
Yeah.
The Saints have one onside kick that they attempted, and they got it with Charlie. And around the league, it's about a 12% percentage.
Did you do that math on the fly, or was that?
No, I had to write that down ahead of time.
All right.
Just so you know. All right, but the former Gaelic goalkeeper from Northern Ireland, Charlie Smith, who joined this team during the season. How creative can he be? It's got to go 10 unless touched by Atlanta, and it was out of bounds. That's Pitts all over it. And Atlanta, with New Orleans out of timeouts, can close this out.
Go attack the ball, and that thing did not go. Oh my goodness, he did not secure that, but gets it out of bounds. That thing was not 10 yards.
It didn't quite travel, but he went after it, and that's what you're supposed to do as the receiving team. But what an effort by Tyler Shuck and the Saints. And I'm sure the players, Dave Canales, Bryce Young in Carolina, the owner David Tepper, the Panther fans can feel it. Kirk Cousins can close this out and help the Falcons go to 8-9. And that's it, Charlotte, representing a lot of Carolina and a lot of the South, a lot of Panther fans who wondered about their team and their quarterback as the year started, and some in attendance. And amazing that, forget the record, the NFC South gets a bad rap, but in the last 20 years, they only one other division sent all of their teams to a Super Bowl, and it's the NFC East along with the NFC South. So once you get in the playoffs, it's a whole new game.
Yeah, anything can happen when you get into the playoffs, no question about it. And I got to tip my hat to both these teams, because both these teams showed up and played exceptionally hard today.
Yeah, there was no rest, no load management. It was about game management and finishing the season strong, and the Falcons have done that. And I think if you're a Saints fan or an Atlanta fan, you're going to be excited about going into the offseason of next year. Great season for Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. Faded at the end, but fought for that victory on Saturday evening. But the Carolina Panthers, NFC South champions for the first time since 2015. And it's their 5th division championship. It comes in an unusual way. They had to wait for it, but they did enough to be the champs. For Mark Schlereth, Jen Hale, our entire crew, thanks for being a part of the NFL on Fox, and a lot more football coming your way. Kurt Menefee and the guys in the studio standing by.